It's time for one of those devices that really changes things up again. And I'm talking about the Ava Cinema Remote, right? So your Logitech got out of the business. All of those cool remotes are still working, but man, who knows what the support's going to look like in the future. So we're stuck looking for the next best thing. And this Ava Cinema Remote, I think this is it. I think this is the next big thing. And in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. So stick around. We're going to go through a setup, and I'm going to see how this plays in the Jiles McCoy basement home theater. Before we get started, if you're into tech, hi-fi, or movies, be sure to push the subscribe button for new weekly videos. All right, so this is a remote control, and there's only so much you can say about remote controls, but this one's different. So there is more stuff that you can say about the remote controls because there's a lot to say about this one. And I'm going to step through this bit by bit and kind of bring you into the fold, right? Because this is different. So this is actually an Android device. This is a computer and it runs Android. So this can do not only IR, but it can be on your network. It can do IP controller devices. So it's really, really smart, and it can use all that processing power to simplify the setup a bit as well. So all the setup is actually done on this unit. You don't have a computer where you have to log in and do things and upload it. No, you just do it here. Now, there is a big old touchscreen here, right? But for all the people that are out there that say, I gotta have a button, well, this is textured glass. So it's tactile, you can feel it. I don't know if you can see it really. Let me try to hide my face here. Yeah, there we go. But you can see the texture there. So it's actually raised. So you can feel this as you move your finger around. And when you're in different devices, this whole button will become adaptive to that device. So, you can use it without actually having to take a look. There are also buttons here on the side as well that I don't know what they do right now, but we're going to figure it out as we go through the setup of this. Now, the question that everybody's going to ask is, can they configure this themselves? Well, this is a pro installer device. So you need to buy it from someone and they're going to come set it up for you. And it's $1,200 or $1,300, so it is not cheap at all. But this thing is baller. I mean, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. And if you've got a system that you're proud of and you want to have the best, this one competes to be one of the best remote controls out there. We're going to go ahead and run through the setup of this, and I'm going to see how difficult it is to set this up with, what do we got? So we're going to do a Trinov Altitude 16. We're going to do a Hisense television. We're going to do a Kaleidoscape, and we're going to do a NVIDIA Shield. And those are the devices that I use for the most part in the theater. So we're going to see how this handles those. I'm really curious to see what it's going to do with the Shield, right? And I'll let you know. So let's get cracking. All right, here we are. Let's get into the setup. But first, a quick look around. Very solid, nice and heavy. You can see the contacts for when it sits in its base. You can see the ring here even more, the button, a little bit closer view for you there. And let's get started. So we got to sign in. So you create a Google account, and you have to do that because you need to be able to get to the Play Store to download apps. Let's go ahead and log into that. You make an account for this, and I've done that. I'm going to log it in. All right, so first step here to get going, let's get some Wi-Fi. One thing I will say is that the buttons are really tiny for the setup, so my big old thumbs have a hard time picking out the letters. We need the Google account that I talked about. This will allow us to get apps from the Play Store. All right, now we're going to create a new project. New room. Next. Now, this is where you log into your Ava account, and this is where you need to be an Ava Pro. And I am Ava, I don't know if I'm a Pro or not, but I'm an Ava something. All right, I'm now logged in. There we go. Life is good. All right, and we are going to remote only. I do have an external brain, and we'll cover that in future content, but everyone said, don't do the brain to start. So there we go. We're going to just call this, all right, we'll call it Jiles Theater. Next. This is going to be in the home cinema, of course. Next. And we'll call this the home cinema remote. That works good. Thanks for padding that in for me. Project is ready. All right, let's start adding. Add devices. We're going to go for a, see if it gets Trinov from TR. Yep, Trinov altitude 16. That's me. And it's going to be in the home cinema. Next. And I'm just going to assume that it all works because the theater's way over there and I'm way over here. I'm going to add more devices. All right, and that is all the devices. We've got home cinema of the room, audio, which is the Trinov, Shield, Kaleidoscape, the TV, and then the Panasonic Blu-ray player. And that's it. So that's set up, and now you've got your different flows here, as they call them. And now I'm going to see if any of these flows actually do anything. Let's go. So let's see. So out of the box, so to speak, added Kaleidoscape, and let's look and see what this looks like as I use this thing. God, that Kaleidoscape UI looks good. So you can see that cool button. It's got this motion going around. Top touchscreen up at the top if I need to do anything, but I really prefer the tactile buttons. Let's pop into the Greatest Showman. And let's see. How about Never Enough? Filmmaker mode up in the top right corner. All right, and let's just say we're done with that. Go back out. All right, and then let's see. Now we want a little Hans Zimmer. And let's do, what do we want? Circle of Life, of course. And we can see that it's controlling the Trinov volume. Well, folks, you've seen it with your own eyes. Fast setup, and things worked pretty well. Now, full caveat here, the NVIDIA Shield settings, not working so great, and I got to figure out how to make everything turn off exactly right. So while the automatic flow setup does seem to work pretty good, particularly for the Kaleidoscape. I mean, it was spot on. That thing was rocking and rolling. Not so much with the NVIDIA Shield. So I'm going to figure that one out and spend some time. And I'll create some more content showing what this looks like when I spend a little setup time with it to really get it going. But I think that for the novice, me, who's never set this up before, that we just went through and on a pro piece of gear, I was able to get this thing going in just a few minutes. And it's replacing a ton of remote controls, man. It's really cool. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is the $1,300 worth it? And if it is, the one thing that you're going to get that I don't have right now is an actual pro who knows what they're doing, and they'll come in and they'll set it up and it'll work absolutely perfectly from the get-go. So, you know, for the folks that are looking for a true Logitech replacement, meaning they can do everything themselves, this sadly won't be it. But for those that are looking for a turnkey solution that's super elegant with support from a local CI, this thing is going to be hard to beat. I mean, if you don't have a full-blown control system already and you're going to use a remote control that works with that, this thing, for the money, it's a lot. This is really cool. It also looks nice, and the tactile button here is really easy to use. So from my perspective, I give this thing 2 thumbs up. And I might even get to 3 thumbs up when I spend a little more time and really understand how to set everything up perfectly and get this thing running like a top. Now, before I close, there's going to be another video down below. Make sure to watch that one. I think you'll like it. Also, like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things, and I'll see you in the next video.